Welcome back to How I Made My Millions. Dropping out of college, especially if it's because you're busy producing plant food made of worm droppings, doesn't sound like a recipe for success to me. But that is exactly the seed Tom Zaki ended up sowing. His company, New Jersey-based TerraCycle, turns trash into treasure by refusing the standard definition of the word refuse.
There's three parts of the TerraCycle business. Get the garbage in, design it, and sell it.
Tom Zaki doesn't look at garbage the way most of us do. He doesn't even mind putting it on TV.
We see a lot of value in waste.
As a Princeton freshman in 2001, Zaki needed an idea to enter a business plan contest. He remembered friends back home in Canada fed food scraps to worms in a composting bin. The castings, or poop, made great plant fertilizer. Zaki liked the idea that they put waste to good use.
Garbage does not exist in nature in any capacity. So why does it exist in the human system? 100 years ago, our great-grandparents, they didn't produce waste in the way we produce waste. Garbage exists really because of consumerism and of disposable products. Why can't we fix that? The business plan finished fifth. But Zaki and his friends went to work in a dorm room, refilling Coke and Pepsi bottles with plant food they called TerraCycle. They sold it to local gardening stores. We're all about creating solutions for garbage, and in effect, eliminating the idea of garbage if we do it big enough.
Getting big enough to move past plant food was a long, scary process. Zaki maxed out his credit cards and bought a worm gin for $20,000. By 2003, Zaki was down to his last $500 when TerraCycle came back a winner in another business plan contest. But he turned down a prize worth $1 million because the investors wanted to grow the fertilizer business. Zaki had a different idea.
It's all about solving garbage, not so much being the world's biggest fertilizer company.
Times were tough until he landed a game-changing deal in late 2004.
The first purchase order in our history came from Walmart.
Home Depot followed, but then there was a steep learning curve.
We went from about 100 bottles a day out of our dorm room to close to 10 to 20,000 bottles a day out of this facility. I remember being in one of these tanks knee-deep in worm poop, and the tank broke, and hundreds of gallons of worm poop were spilling everywhere, yet you still had to get the order on time.
TerraCycle sells $3 million worth of plant food every year, but worm poop accounts for only about 15% of the business now.
It's not where TerraCycle is and where TerraCycle wants to go, which is to become a global billion-dollar business. It's very difficult to do that just with worm poop.
It's all about reusing old packaging.
People started asking us, can you do that for yogurt cups? Can you do that for drink pouches? And then from there, it just exploded. Pedigree has challenged us to create an entire line of pet products. If we do well, we can potentially land a six-figure deal. Dogs everywhere.
Revenues exploded to $1 million in 2006, nearly doubling every year since.
I'm clean and cleaning up the planet.
Also in 2006, Inc. magazine put Zaki on its 30 CEOs under 30 cover instead of that Facebook guy, Mark Zuckerberg. This year, revenues are projected to clear $13 million in profit, more than $1 million.
We're collecting, this year about 300 million potato chip bags, and it's not enough.
Corporate partners like Kraft get into schools and communities to collect things like Capri Sun drink pouches. They started with 22,000 Capri Sun pouches in 2007. In 2010, they'll take in more than 15 million.
One way you can manipulate Capri Sun is by sewing it together into a fabric like this.
These days, instead of pop art functionality, TerraCycle develops raw materials.
This is also 100% Capri Sun. We added no glue. It's incredibly strong, like you can't even bend it. It's basically wood, is also 100% Capri Sun.
Other companies use the materials in mass production.
When you have shredded potato chip bags, you can also pelletize them. These pellets may not look like much, but these are 100% potato chip bags made into a plastic. This trash can is made using literally 1,500 used chip bags. Basically, there is no such thing as garbage. It's a dog food bag connecting a car to Hawk's Crane here. Every time we've been presented with a challenge, we have always been able to find a solution to garbage.
Tom Zaki's dream of going global is coming true. TerraCycle added 8 countries this year, and next year, Germany and France are among those scheduled to come on board. Up next on How I Made